This is being all the way transparent. So, I need to talk about being a strong, single, independent woman. And I said this is being transparent because I'm getting ready to tell you a personal situation that's happening to me currently, like right at this very moment. And the lessons, I just want to share this because I'm telling you, man, it's always somebody out there that's going through what you're going through or getting ready to go through what you're going through or have been where you have been in a bad situation or a mix up. So I'm moving my mom here from Cleveland, and I have been running around this city like a chicken with my head cut off, like literally. I've been planning for this for the longest. I tried to take care of some things back in October. Me and my mom had differences on certain things. So it caused me to wait till the last minute because it took me cunning my mom to let her accept certain things, and it took that much time, which put me in a situation where I am currently the day of trying to do things before I leave. I felt like I was losing my mind a couple of days ago. I believe that people can astro travel and do different things mentally and different things physically, but I really do feel like I had reached a whole new dimension of stress. And if you guys follow me and anybody knows me, y'all know that I don't like stress. I hate it. I think it is a killer in America. I think we work so hard and we don't eat properly and we do so many different things that we're not supposed to do, and stress can kill us, and it's really silent. So this is really an emotional topic for me. I am like really trying not to cry. I'm about to tell y'all why in a second. So I just think that stress is a bad thing. I think that it can hurt you. It can kill you. It can harm your life. So I told myself, like, Marquis, you need to slow down for a second. Chill out. So this past few days, I've been doing all of this stuff, for my mom. And then plus trying to hold my life together. I forgot to pay my light bill. Woke up in the dark like an hour ago. Like, what's happening here? And I know they told me that they were going to be working on one of the pipes outside because the pipe broke like around the flood or before the flood in Houston. So they was like, no water today from a certain amount of time. So I gathered my water up and I was like, okay, I took my shower and everything. I was like, I'm not going to have any problems when I wake up. And then I woke up and the lights aren't on. So I'm like, okay, what in the name is going on? So I called the company and the lady tells me that my bill was due on Thursday, not Friday. And, the company that I have electricity with, the third party provider other than Centerpoint, they're not open on the weekends. So Friday, I didn't get a chance to do it. Saturday, and I didn't realize I didn't do it until yesterday. I just been way too busy. So I'm standing here in the dark because there's no power right now. No, I'm not worried because I called already and I paid the bill. It's not a big deal. It's like a little waiting period that they have you wait. It's like 45 minutes to up to 2 hours that they have you wait. And then, everything is done by smart meter. So all they have to do is basically push a button once they get the order. And I'm getting ready to call them because I need them to hurry up and push this order through because I'm not Amish and I can't live like this. So I just want to say this. I am so sick and fucking tired of people telling me that I am a strong black woman. That title is so overly giving and so overrated. It burns me to the core of my soul. Yes, you may think that you're giving me a compliment. And yes, you may think that that is just the A1 compliment that you can give me. But let me tell you something. That is not a compliment. Being in a process of struggle is not a fucking compliment. It's not a compliment. And, I have male friends and they're like, oh, you're such a strong black woman. Everybody. No, struggling is not is not supposed to be a form of an expression of how to live. That's not the case. Now, I'm not saying that I'm struggling and I can't afford to pay my bills and, and all of this stuff. Like, don't get this whole video wrong. This was a situation that happened because I'm just too freaking busy to slow down and stop and pay a bill. You understand me? This is not a cry for help. This is not, oh my God, Marquis can't pay her bills. Let's start her a GoFundMe. This is not one of them situations. My situation is being overly worked. It's an overload. I am one person. If I could clone myself, I would. You know how people say it's not enough hours in a day? I had to stop saying that last year because it's not true. It is enough hours in a day. We just have too much on our plate. And see, it's odd that I'm even in this situation because I prioritize. I write things down. I set alarms on my phone. I just have a lot going on. So I'm just tired of guys that I meet saying, oh, you're a strong black woman. Well, we wouldn't have to be so goddamn strong if y'all wasn't so weak. If some of y'all would step up the way that y'all are supposed to step up, and I'm not saying that nobody's supposed to pay my bills. Don't interpret that into the situation because I have a job and I work to take care of myself. And I actually don't have any problem with that. I enjoy it because it's my money and I earn it and I look at it and I be like, oh, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on accomplishments and doing things for myself. That's just my driven nature ever since I was a little kid. Even when I was being taught to clean and wash up and stuff like that, I always told my mom, no, let me do it. So, you know what I'm saying? This is just the whole thing that is wrapped around this is stop telling women. People told me that all throughout college when I was going to school in Toledo. Oh, you so strong. I used to have to move myself by myself on the Greyhound and do all these different things to make it. All of that stuff like that trained me to be able to be mentally prepared for small little situations like this. Now, what would have been a bad situation is if there was no money to pay for this bill. That would have been a very bad situation. So, I'm just tired of guys saying that all the time. Like, how can we ever get to a point of comfortability in a relationship with a guy and leaningness and let go and the fall back and all of that good stuff if we have to keep continuing to go through these small things like this? And then once we go through these small things, we have to act like they never happened because people will, if you walk around with that, oh, I'm so superior and strong and I take care of everything by myself, when guys see that, they get intimidated and they run. For years I lived down here and I used to be like, why do guys just stare at me? Like when they see me out in the store or in a restaurant or something, I've had guys just sit there and just stare like, and I'll be like, why is this dude staring at me like this? So, after it started happening all the freaking time, I stopped the guy and I asked him, I said, why are you staring like this? And why won't you speak? If you're going to stare at somebody, at least speak to him and keep on moving. And he was like, well, the man told me that I just look very unapproachable and not like in a bad way. He said that I look like I am in a relationship with someone. And then another guy said that, how can you look at somebody and say, oh, this person looks like they're in a relationship? Why? Because I'm just like content with my surroundings and myself and just being who I am. That is what qualifies you to look like you're in a relationship. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I've heard that on more than one occasion. So I just want to just say, guys, be careful what you say to women because that's when you thinking that you give her a compliment, and that's just like with anything with a man. Y'all think y'all saying one thing good and y'all not. That's not impressing me to tell me that I'm strong because I can always go through shit and handle it. I don't want to go through shit. How about I not go through it? Can we find out that I'm strong in other ways? Please. Because that's not the deal. That's not the deal. Before my grandmother passed, she always told me like, oh, I just pray for you, a good wealthy man. And I used to tell her all the time, like, Grandma, money not everything. Because if I get somebody, that has more than me, they still could treat you like shit. I've experienced that too. And just because somebody has something doesn't mean they want to share it with you. They feel like they work for it. Why can't you work for your own too? This is why I constantly tell y'all in my videos that women, we have to set ourselves up for what we want. You can't go to some guy talking about, I need him to make 6 figures. He has to drive this kind of car. And then you're driving the most economical car out on the road and your credit score is terrible and you don't have any assets. And just everything about you just reeks bankruptcy. We can't do that. So yes, I am standing here in the dark. I am being super transparent right now, making this video because I'm gonna make it. But I'm just so tired of guys telling me, oh, you're just so strong. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. That's not what I'm trying to hear. I'm not trying to hear that, okay? I'm not trying to hear that at all. I would rather somebody be like, you get through obstacles well. And just walk off. You know, you get through obstacles well, Marquis. Thank you. And I'll leave it at that. You know, I don't want to have to be, you know, most guys be like, when they meet women, they say, oh, you know, she's a good problem solver. I've even had a guy tell me, hey, you're a good problem solver. That's because I'm always solving fucking problems. I don't want to keep solving problems anymore. I don't want them to be problems to solve. Now, I know even as an adult and as I probably go on and decide I want to do something different with my life, it's always going to be an obstacle. But an obstacle and a problem is not the same thing. And as I'm talking to y'all, my lights came back on. See? So this is the whole point. You have to just be patient with yourself. Trust yourself. And that's just the basis of it. But in the meanwhile, guys, we don't want to hear that crazy talk. I'm glad I can take care of myself. 2 seconds ago, I was in the dark and now I'm back in the light. It's just a crazy day in my world, I guess. I don't know. You just never get so busy to the point where you can't get your life back in order, you know? And I always train myself to be that way throughout college. Throughout my almost 10 years of living here in Houston. Be accountable for yourself. I'm just like, wow. Okay, so I have power now. And that was my talk with y'all for the day. Brothers, I'm gonna need y'all to just stop telling women that they so strong in this bullshit like it's supposed to be acceptable. We know it's strong. We don't need to hear it all the time. I'm so glad they just cut my lights back on. Okay, so I really wasn't without power that long. I guess it was like in my eyesight because I was asleep. So I guess about 40 minutes. But they cut it back on. Thank God for smart meters. So yeah, I don't mind being transparent because I know I can take care of my situations. So just like I stood here in the dark and talked to y'all about stuff and the lights came on, you know, that's how life works sometimes. You have to have it under control. It's only what you make it. And y'all may say I'm looking into this a little bit too deep, but this is the actuality of the thing. You know, we just wanted to be, I will say I just wanted to want to be treated a certain way. You know, I don't think that the compliments that are being thrown out to me is what I want. It's just stuff that I have to do because I have to take care of myself. I'm not one of those chicks who just, you know, want to go out and party and pop bottles and stuff, because we've been there and done all of that in all types of different cities and stuff. So that's not a big deal for me. You know, that type of stuff don't impress me. And like I said, I just been so busy with moving my mom, I just forgot to pay the bill. So all is well now, but man, it's a lesson to learn in every single thing that you go through in life. It's always a lesson to learn. So that was my lesson for today. Pay my damn bill. And the lesson for y'all is, men, try to be a little bit more empathetic to situations that women go through. These compliments that y'all throwing out these days, and I understand some of y'all ain't been taught at all how to love women, and some of y'all have been taught and y'all slipping. So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that women are perfect. I'm just giving this topic, you know, of what men say, the things that they say. Oh, you're just a strong black woman and blah, blah, blah. Man, we don't want to hear that shit. We don't want to hear it. I don't. And I know a couple other females don't want to hear it either. Now, if y'all don't excuse me, I have things that have to do with my day. Whew. You know, people like you to be transparent. So I just have to just give it to you, you know, the way I got it. So, thank y'all. Please subscribe because I am really random. I might come on here one day looking like this, and then I might come on the next day and be diva out. So I love y'all though, but that's the word of the day. And share, pass it on. You know, it's all good. Still down in the H. Now I'm telling you now, I know if I would have had this situation in another city, my life would have came back on like that. Oh Lord, we would have had to go down there and tell them people about themselves. But I'm in Houston and it's all good. So, all right, y'all. It's Marquis Marie. Y'all can follow me actually on Instagram if you like as well. It's Marquis Marie. And that's it, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Be patient with yourselves. And men, watch what you say to women. Bye.